Sometimes I feel I wanna hide, but that's just only in my mind. This funky groove just keeps me high. It brings me alive.
And maybe I'll wait for the ring. Get caught up in it, let my thoughts go. So many things on my mind. Give me back living high. Ooh, I think I'm feeling real nice. And give me that 35. And play me that 35. And play me that 35. I feel this 35. Can you feel this 35? I feel this 35. Can you feel this 35?
There's just so many ways to feel. Yeah, this is different, but it's made to heal. Just let this groove run through your mind. Let it get you high.
It's more than a moment, giving me life. The feeling of euphoria, colors are flickering bright. And I'm here, got me going. And I don't wanna leave, keeping me here. And pay me that 35. Pay me that 35. I feel this 35. Can you feel this 35? I feel this 35. Can you feel this 35?
It's overwhelming and indescribable. I get stressed from the world, so I'm turning to unreliable. Bass, guitar, and some keys, even the horns takes me places in the fields of gold I can adorn. I feel at most peace I possibly ever been, especially in those moments where it's set for me to never win. Overcome the odds, expression that be my cause, and turning this energy to a round of applause. I sing in with the melodies, flowing vibes incredibly. 2 steps to shoulder bounces and rocking steadily. Illustrate my thoughts with this pen to paint a better me. It's my escape of running this race to where the cheddar be. Now my emotions exploring all on the canvas, so even when I'm old, I'm still a man on the canvas. Keeps me clean even when my thoughts is on the dirty side. That's why I'm baptized with blessings on this very vibe.
It's on my mind. This 35. Let our thoughts just intertwine and fill up on this 35. It's always 35. This 35. Let our thoughts just intertwine and fill up on this 35. It's on my mind. This 35. Let our thoughts just intertwine and fill up on this 35. It's on my mind. I'm feeling on this 35. Let our thoughts just intertwine and fill up on this 35. Feeling on this 35. I feel this. Check 1, 2. Can you feel this 35? I feel this 35. Can you feel this 35?
gonna be one today. Oh man, let me start this a little differently today. And I know I seem like I'm kind of solemn, and I am a little bit because it kind of gets a little bit overwhelming to have to do this all the time. It seems like it's happening way too much where we're seeing the craziest things happen in church. But thank you because you keep me doing these shows. But nevertheless, today will be a little different. And let me say this right now. If you are one to have hard feelings about things that people say about your pastor, your bishop, your deaconesses, prophetesses, then maybe today would be the day that you log off. Because it's going to be one today. I promise you. It's a little warm here. This LED light's killing me. But yeah, just wanted to let you know that, okay? But I want to start this thing off with something that came across my timeline that I thought was very important. In case you need to know, where's my ring? Oh no, I'm married. I must have put the ring down when I was putting my thing on. I am married. I want to wear my ring. I'll find a way to maybe she sing this and she'll come and toss it into me so I can put it on. But anyway, imagine being married, right? And thinking everything's going well and you're happy and you're bliss and you live your life together and you starting a wonderful life together. And then 15 years down the line, your wife leaves this.
We were together for 15 years. We were married for 7. It was a beautiful thing, and we still had, like, the normal ups and downs. But I will say we didn't have a relationship where we argued all the time. Yeah. We didn't have a relationship where we were dealing with infidelity or stuff like that, during those times. We didn't have that type of relationship. So, because we were friends first. Yeah. So it was always like, that's my homie. It was just something in me as a woman. I cannot explain it to where it was like I was battling myself. You feel like I'm trying to do the right thing, but it's something that's pulling me away from doing this. But why would it pull me away from my husband? I'm battling in the midst of that with religion, like what the people telling me at church and what I'm getting spiritual advice from. And then I'm battling with it with myself. Like, why am I feeling this way? I'm talking about I'm going to therapy for myself to figure out why am I feeling this way towards my husband. And the way I was feeling, it wasn't like I felt resentment towards him. It was almost like I was withholding a piece of me that I couldn't give him. I'm sitting on the couch and we had a small issue, and that small issue was back that pattern. Now, you done went to therapy for this. We done had talks for this. I done talked to you. What did you get from this after I said it? To make sure you understand, because I love to communicate. And I'm sitting on the couch, y'all, and I kid you not, God told me, that is not your husband. Wow.
I got my ring. God told you that that was not your husband. No cheating, no toxic behavior, nothing like that. But God told you that this was not your husband after 15 years. Now, y'all tell me, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my Bible skills are not up to par, but I thought God hates divorce. So I'm not saying you shouldn't get a divorce. Sometimes things do not work out. But most of the time it's for abuse, for infidelity, or for other reasons. But it didn't seem like she had any real issues. But she said, I couldn't give him all of me. So now you're back in the market and you're going to find out, ma'am, that it's not a whole lot out here. So when I was listening to her, she's going to be back in about like 3 years saying, there's no good men out here. And I'm going to say, God, you can't make this shit up. You absolutely cannot make it up. Thank you, Kevin. What is going on? So it's almost like to every other man, I'm happy, but there are some men out here that would see this and say, what is the benefit? What is the benefit if after 15 years, I give my time to somebody and on the drop of a hat, they say, I'm just not happy here. I'm just want to go. That's scary. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but that's scary. It is scary to me. Not because I'm saying I'm going to get a divorce. Absolutely not. But I'm saying to those who are looking to get married, I can see why you would be like, whoa, 15 years, and he's not abusive, he's not toxic, they had no real issues. I remember seeing a post where this lady said she was really wanting her man to raise his voice at her or get mad at her. What is going on? It's like that thrill of being in toxic relationships is something that you want, because that's the first thing you brought up, which makes me think that maybe that back and forth and that anger that gets your blood going. But that's not what a relationship is. That's not what it should be. A healthy marriage, you talk out your problems, and sometimes you may get a little passionate, but you should never be rah, 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 rah. Maybe she already got somebody. Oh, abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely, Janetta. That's what I'm thinking. And somebody somewhere. But then here's my issue. If that's the case, then why bring God into it? See, she would have had me if she said, hey, I just wanted something. I wanted, a little action on the side. I wanted somebody to I mean, if that's what you want, fine. I'm not going to judge you. I don't know you to judge you. But my thought process is, why bring God into it? That's my issue. Accountability. Lack of it. But speaking of accountability, everybody knows what's happening with Diddy. Everybody knows. I mean, all of you have been posting about it, and I wish they would have never shared that he had all that lubricant and all that stuff and the deals and everything else. I mean, I wish they just would have just kept that little bit of information to themselves. But everybody had their thing to say. This is the internet. It's undefeated. But Umar Johnson decided to throw his hat in the ring, and I really cannot stand this dude. I used to like Umar, but now it just seemed like he's just talking out of his aspiration. Because what he said was, Hugh Hefner had freak-offs too. And trying to draw some false equivalency, which makes me think that you're not really a doctor. Because if you're a doctor in something, you would understand that this is a very fallacious argument. Because to bring up Hugh Hefner, where these women paid him to stay at the Playboy Mansion, he didn't cross lines for prostitution, and he didn't coerce them. He did not drug them. He did not abuse them. He didn't, that we know of. We can't see, that's the problem. You can throw stuff. We live in a time where people can just throw out anything on you and people will believe it and say it's true. It has to be proven. It has to at least be an indictment, something that can validate your conspiracy theory. But now it's like, oh, Derek liked to have sex with sheep and goats. And everybody, I knew it was something different about him, without even seeing me with any animals. This is the time we live in. So when he threw that out here and he said, oh, Hugh Hefner has freak-offs, no, he didn't. He didn't have the kind of freak-offs. What up, Jabril? He didn't have those kind of freak-offs. He did not. Not that I know of. And I would never defend Hugh Hefner, but I'm saying you need evidence. Where are the court documents? Where are the indictments? I mean, a grand jury. Where's any of this? What's up? What's up, Lai? So when I see that, I'm like, okay, whatever. But he then said, it's to distract you. It's to distract you. And every time there's an election or something, people will say, oh, now let's pull down somebody black and have all the black people looking. That's true if it wasn't Epstein, if it wasn't Wine. What's that dude? Weinstein or Wiener or whatever his name is. I can't remember his name. Doesn't matter because he's away. It doesn't matter. So nobody said anything about that. I don't think this is it. When the chickens come home to roost, they come home to roost, and it doesn't matter. The only thing, it doesn't matter if it's a distraction. Don't do it. Diddy had enough power and influence to get any woman he wanted. But the extra stuff that went along with this, the drugs, the trafficking, the abuse, the violence, and everything that are in the court documents, by the way, I'm not making this up. This is what he's being charged with as far as the prostitution. You see what I'm saying? In prostitution, that's what they're really throwing at him. And I wonder why the prostitution, not the other things. I wonder why. I mean, that carries the most, that's the serious charges. That's the most serious. But I'm wondering why that. Why not the violence? Why not the drugs? He had unregistered guns. I mean, he had a whole freaking person get shot in his mansion, according to Lil Rod. So why this? That's what I'm confused on. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What does matter is I disagree with Umar. This is not a distraction. People, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can still follow politics and follow what's happening in our communities while at the same time saying, Diddy, you got all this lube, what you using it for? But speaking of that, we got other people in issues as far as this Diddy thing. It turns out that Usher and Pink have deleted every tweet, 7,000 tweets on Usher's account. 7,000? Bruh, you know how long it takes to delete 7,000 tweets? Unless he just did it in one swoop. Here's the problem with that. It's two things. Number one, it makes you look guilty. It makes you look like you have something to hide. And then he says somebody hacked. I'm a hacker, okay? I'm a hacker. I have a master's in cybersecurity. One of the things about a hacker, we're not going to delete anything. We're going to keep it up. If anything, we're going to lock you out your account. And then we're going to expose the stuff, or we're going to make you pay us to release your password so then you can still have access to the stuff that you're trying to hide. So we would never delete anything. A hacker would hold that. They want it up. Pause. But at the end of the day, hackers don't move like that. But it brings to the second thing. What are you hiding something? So what's going to happen with Usher? I'm thinking at most they're going to say he was at the parties. He probably participated. I mean, why delete 7,000 tweets? I highly doubt it. The DEE Hacker Show, right? I haven't hacked anybody. Well, I'm going to hack some people very, very soon. I have to. But nevertheless, if I'm going to hack somebody, I'm going to ransom your account. I'm going to make you pay me a healthy fine or sum of money to release your password so that you can get access to your account. That's what I'm going to do. They would never. So to say he hacked, most hackers looking and saying, nah, we wouldn't delete. We want that stuff. We wouldn't delete it. We would keep it. And here's the thing. We would do some stuff like screenshot the stuff that the inboxes and everything else. We would screenshot those things. And then you wouldn't even know we're in there. We would do this stuff you wouldn't even know. And then one day you just wake up and your DMs are posted on some news media, whichever one is paying the highest. That's the way hackers, black hat, that's what they call them, black hat, white hats or whatever, gray hats. They are people, white is when you actually do for good. Like say, for instance, I would consider myself that. I would hack you to show you that you have vulnerabilities. That's what I would do. But black hat actors, those are the guys you worry about. Those are the people that steal your identity or get in your bank account or whatever, like these text messages that you guys get and you click and you go to the website. You like, I don't know what this is. Oh, I do. So those are the black hat ones. But the white ones, the white hat, they actually are hired to hack the company to make sure that they have no security issues. But these guys, I don't think they would do that. So Usher, I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why you would do that. It makes it look fishy. Let me give this advice and I'm gonna move on. If you are a person that's watching this lowly little podcast and you want to know, just keep your mouth shut. Don't say nothing. Shh, shh, shh. Don't say nothing. Don't talk about it. Nope. Matter of fact, post about you and your children and do peace signs and whatever. But stay far away from this conversation as possible. Keon Henderson, I've known you for years and you real cool with me. And I saw an interview that he did with Cam Newton. No, don't even speak on it. You did right by saying I'm not going to speak on it, but that should have been it. I'm not even going to comment on that, man. I'm not going to comment on that. Next question. Keep it moving because you cannot defend people who may have done something nefarious in this situation. So you look stupid defending somebody when all the dirt comes out, unless you know the dirt too or participated, but I don't think you did. I can almost get, I can probably put some FanDuel money on that. But you should stay away from it. I think most of you would agree. If it's not concerning you and you are involved in this Diddy situation in any way, I don't care if you walked his dog during said freak parties or whatever, just say nothing. Just let it go. Just say nothing. Only talk to the lawyers and the court. That's it. Don't talk to the media. Don't try to clear your name. Just know, if you were in that freak nigga, you know you had your sausage ravished, and you know you played around in baby oil and lubes and dills and pickles and had toss-ups and everything else, and you was around with people, and maybe you know.
I would have been swallowed up.
If you've been swallowed up at a Diddy freak off, just keep your mouth quiet. All right, now let me move on before I get to the reason why a lot of you are here. I left a post a while ago, and I said I was having a discussion with a musician that I really love as a brother. He actually performed my wedding, and it was an interesting discussion I had, and it was about aux players and keyboard players. And I was saying, we were talking about a lot of production stuff, as we do. We talk about music and everything. And I was talking about how aux players, how they can be great keyboard players or whatever. But I've noticed a trend where you are not necessarily playing that stuff, where you're actually slowing it way down to play these lines and licks or whatever, to be aux or color. I'm not talking about piano players. This is about aux players right now, because they do a lot of lines, they do a lot of colors, a lot of creativity. And I asked them, do you lose respect when you find out that they can't really play at that speed? They're not doing that stuff real time. They're slowing it down. When I say real time, I mean, if it's dun, 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 right here, and you doing all of that, right? And then you find out that it was really or even worse, and when you hear that, and I was saying, if you found out that that's what they did, would you lose respect for them? Let me put it in and a lot of people, they had some things to say. They said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as they get the job done. And I agree with you. If I hire you to do color on a record or anything, I'm pointing to something I actually worked on this weekend. If I hired you to do work in my studio or in your studio or whatever, I really don't care how you get it done. As long as it's up to my satisfaction and I don't hear that because sometimes you can hear it. You can hear that there's no way they pulled that off. It's too clean, right? Because if there are some nuances that you will miss, because playing it real time, like even on bass, if you was to solo my bass and I did a lick, you'd be like, oh, soloed, it doesn't sound as clean as it would in the context of a band. It still sounds clean, but not as clean as some of y'all keyboards be. You know what I'm saying? Some of that stuff you like, a little bit too clean. But I don't care. As long as it's getting the job done and you've given me something that I could really use on this record, we good. Your nightmare comes when I say, hey, yo, we're doing a live concert and it's going to be dope. We want you to come and play aux like you did for this record. And you're looking like, oh, no. Oh, wait a minute. That's going to be a problem. Because the plot twist is this. You can't play at that speed. So, in that case, I personally would lose respect for you as a fluent musician, as somebody I would hire. And you would say that's bad. See, this is the problem. One of the people that I dislike so much in this world, and some of you know, I don't like Donald Trump. I despise the dude. I really can't stand him. I don't like him. I don't like anything he represents. And this is on a personal level as far as personality and character, right? But I do have a respect for him and how he's able to get these people to back him, how he's able to talk to these people, how these people willing to risk life and limb for him, how he's able to get these people to believe in him, even though I'm like, dude, he's clearly lying, in my opinion. I'm saying he's lying, but they believe him. You got to respect somebody that can do that. There's respect. But see, the difference is respect is one thing, like is another thing. So some of you are conflating these two things together because you think because I like this person, then I have to respect them. No, you can love somebody. But see, this is when it's tested. If you love somebody, but you get this call for $1 million gig and they say you got to put together the 5 best musicians you know. This person you may not call. Why? Because he can't play this stuff up to par. He can do it slow, pause, but he can't do this stuff in real time. He cannot demand it. So there's a respect level. You don't respect his gift or his skill enough to put him on this gig, but you still love him. And those two things don't match. So some of you getting all bent out of shape if somebody say, I lose respect for you. I would lose respect for you if I hire you. And what I'm hearing, you can't do in real time as a musician that has studied his gift, studied his craft, and can play pretty much whatever you put in front of me. I would, on that level, I would be like, you just not, no, I'm not feeling you. That's what respect is. It's basically saying you're not on that level. I don't respect you enough to play this gig. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. Now, I don't care. I don't care if you can do it on the studio. I'll hire you. Do my music. But I will never call you for the gig because you can't play like that. And here's the solution. Instead of crying like a baby and making everybody take your side that somebody picking on you, why don't you just pick up your instrument and learn it in the way so you can represent what you just given me? How about that for a change? All these people mad at people for saying you transpose and they don't respect you because you transpose. And now you going at them arguing and saying, oh, you talking about me because I transpose. Why not learn how to play in all your keys so you can get the respect that you want? So you want people to lower their standards so that you may shine. But you don't shine by them lowering their standards. You shine because you have worked for it. You've shown yourself to be something that should be uplifted. I will never celebrate mediocrity. I will never celebrate laziness, and I will never celebrate anybody that doesn't take this thing serious enough to be better and try to get better. So you feel like you can get away with posting and putting MIDI notes one by one in there. I can do that. I'm not a keyboard player. So that makes me better than you. Then that means I'm a better keyboard player than you. If I can do the same thing that you do, then that makes me better than you. Or we equal. But you'll try to get a check to play a gig, or you want everybody to lift you up. Oh, he's such a beast. No, you're not. You can program. You can program. And that's where it ends. So don't try to act all sad and bashful when the OGs or your constituents are looking at you side-eye because you refuse to work on your craft to get better. You want us to assume responsibility for your lackluster work ethic. And that will never, ever happen. So will I lose respect for you if you can't play that stuff real time? As somebody that's been playing this thing for a while, and I've seen people do it, which means it can be done? Yes, on that level. But I still hire you to do the work. So if that's where if that's all you want to do, fine. Then, don't expect us to respect you on another level outside of that. Amen. The church is already blessed. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. King of the Wild is in the building. What up, King of the Wild? That's our Ox player. It's funny you should join in. I'm talking about Ox players. Now, he does play his stuff real time. I've literally seen him do it. Matter of fact, in my ears, King is actually pretty much solid with everything else. So I can attest. He does play his lines, whatever, but we have little jokes every now and then. Well, anyway, Preachers Go Wild. I know why you guys are here. We're going to get to it. Anyway, let's start this thing off right. Let's just watch that one more time. It was at this moment he knew he up. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I had to do that. Okay. Real quick. When did walking the pews and chairs, who started that? Where did that come from? Real quick. Where did that start? Can somebody please type in the comment section? When did this things start? Where people walking on the pews, jumping in, flipping, and everything else. When did it start? What up, Deontay? Who is the new organ player for Ricky Dillard? That's a good question. Right now, it's been Marcus. Marcus has been the organist for us for a while now, and then Gabe. So we actually carry two. Gabe plays and Marcus plays. Marcus has been, he dealing with an illness, but Gabe has been playing. So I guess you could say we got two, but it's Marcus and Gabe. Hope that answered for you. First person I seen was Bishop Hairston. Bishop Hairston was the first one to do it. Bishop Hairston, when I never seen him do it. That's not a small dude. That's that man. I mean, I'm not talking about you, Bishop Hairston. I know you can be a little sensitive, but you not small. Well, at least you weren't small. In your heyday, you were pretty heavy. So you walk in the pews as and yes, I seen Bishop do it. And I remember one time, I was at a church and Bishop Grant started walking the pews, and I remember the dude. I used to play at this church, some service they had, concerts or whatever, and he didn't look happy when he first did it. He did not look happy, but after a while, I guess they got over it. But I just never knew when this started. I never knew when this started. I never knew. But check this out. Kim Burrell has made Preachers Gone Wild yet again. But this is going to have an interesting twist. I'm going to play the video, give my commentary on the other side.
And may your battles in the way they should, and may your bad days prove that God don't. No. See, y'all want me to get beat up and tell y'all let that mask work for you. No. Please let me sing my song tonight. I have a purpose. I'll make as many duets in this room as you would like. Give me one round by myself. Can I have it? I'm trying to minister to somebody without all of this, right quick. I'll come back and make a choir and choose your part. I'll be back. I'll be back. May your struggles keep you moving. I'm talking to y'all, I'm not just singing. And may your troubles show that you need God, and may your battles in the way they should, and may your bad days prove that God is good.
Now, I know some of you want to roast Kim for a host of reasons, but that won't happen today. And I'm going to say this. For my musician friends, imagine, I'm a bass player, so imagine me playing bass. I'm sitting up here rocking and somebody decides to plug in and start playing as well. So it's two bass players playing, right? That would be annoying. Even if they weren't plugged in, even if they would just say, hey, go to the five and hold it, telling you what to do, giving you numbers, saying all this stuff, it becomes a distraction. If you know she's going to read you, why would you then test it? And it is a distraction when somebody's up there singing and you singing with them. Look, my wife loves to sing with songs that she plays on the radio. And for me, it took a little getting used to because I'm used to just letting them sing. And every now and then I joke, like, let them sing it. And she would attest. I'm sure she's watching. She would attest. But I got used to it. But if we were at a concert that I paid for and my wife started to sing with them, I probably would be like, babe, let them sing it. We in with them. But if not, it depends on the vibe, whatever. But yeah, I can understand how that would be distracting to her. Did she have to do it that way? Maybe not. Maybe not so harsh. But then again, what I've learned about us church people, we do stuff. And then when the backlash comes, you got a valid point. Uh-oh. I can't help but laugh that she gonna read us while she read. Oh, well, yeah, that was a read. But you can't help. It's like we do stuff and we push it to see how far we can get. Then we get the results that you really earned. Now you mad. You got mad in your heart. You got all this salt going on and you mad. But I'm like,
Nigga, please.
why are you mad? You did this. The woman was singing. You decided to sing along with her. You know she got a history, and you decided to do that. You decided to do that. So no, I don't have a problem with what she did this time. I mean, I know some people were saying, "Oh well, you know, you mad? I mean, she's so evil and she got a bad attitude." That woman, after the last fiasco, it's like you keep playing with fire. It's going to burn you. I get what you're saying, but in a church setting, it's just worship. I get it, and I get it. But they didn't hire that woman to worship. They hired her to sing. You can worship with just us. Kim Burrell is there. You paid that woman. She ain't showing up to worship with you. She there to do her job. As my wife would say, do your job. She was there to do her job. And in my opinion, that woman pretty much walked into it. She pretty much walked into it. Which brings me to my point. There's a theme happening right now. And everybody is talking about having cameras in church. When should we have cameras in church? When should we have cameras in church? When should they go off? When should they stay on? I'm going to give my whole synopsis, but I'm starting to lean towards turning them off. I'm still on team keep them on, but I'm starting to lean towards turning them off. I'm going to give my reasons, but let's go through some videos. And I want you to say camera should have been on or it should have been off when this was said or done. Y'all ready? We're going to have some fun with this. I just want you to type camera on, camera off. I'm going to go through some videos until we get to the one you waiting to see. Camera on, camera off. All right, here we go. First one.
Fire. Cautious pain. Cautious. That's hot. Gosh, just shut up. I can handle it. I know what I'm doing. Oh, God, that hurts. Oh, God, I'm so tired. Oh, God, I didn't want to lose her. Oh, God, I didn't want to have that pain. Oh, God, no.
Pause.
Okay. Camera on or camera off? I think this is a slam dunk for me because dude just straight up went to work on that boo stick. See, but sometimes you tell on yourself, sir, we don't need to know what you do in your private life. We don't need to know what you doing with your beef in your private life. We don't need to know that. That's crazy, bruh. Turn that, in this instance, turn the camera off. It should have been off. But I'm sure they didn't know he was going to do that. I'm sure when he said bring a pool stick, they didn't think he was going to be up here just literally just They didn't think he was going to do that. They did not think he was going to do that. They did not. Trust me. If they thought that he was going to yank a pole and, man, wait for it, just I'm sure it was some women up in there that was probably like, hey, preacher, let's get it in. Let's get it in. But nah, let me see some. Not just the camera, turn off the whole sermon. I know that's right, Kevin. That's absolutely positively right. But you listen, in those instances, how can you turn it off without it looking like it's crazy? You know, like, oh, immediately go to commercial or some stuff like that. I mean, how do you fix that? I get what you said, Kevin, and I agree with you. But Lord, after the third stroke, look, dude, the bad part about it, I thought he was going to make it all the way to the end. I thought he was going to really make it to the end. Like when he started, I was like, bruh, you know, for real, this is where we at with it? Bruh. Whew. Pan to the, that's what, whoa, that's actually not a bad idea. You need some good camera people to change the scene. But you can still hear, Nino Brown. I mean, you still hearing all of that. You hearing this dude, and there is no way anybody can look at this and say anything differently than what I just thought. Your brain, everybody who's watching this live, whether now or later, watching this clip would say he was definitely reenacting some meat time. It was some meat time. He was, oh God, yeah. Whew. Whew. Okay, let's move to the next one. On or off?
I got to tell the people what 69 is. Oral sex. You buzzer chew. Amen. Your head one way and his head another way. You're lying devil, you. You done got sexes all over.
Okay, on or off. Now, he's preaching about 69s. Before we go on, what is this problem with people in oral sex now? Why are these older ones, these videos popping up so much with these people mad about oral sex? Are you not happy at home? I mean, what is the big deal? 69. Okay. I'm not gonna get in your bedroom, sir. I mean, he's not here with us, God rest his soul. But even when you were alive, what was going on then? But is this an on and off? Is this an on and off situation? On and off. How did he get to 69? You know what, Jeremy? That's a good point. How did you even get to 69 in the first place? How did you get to that? Because out of all the things that I would think about to talk about during church, a 69 wouldn't be on my to-do list. Janetta said, cut off the mic. Yeah, that's crazy because he's not getting none. Oh, need context. I don't need context to talk. No, you talk about 69s, but see, here's the thing. That is a private conversation. Should the camera have been on when he was talking about this? This is something that could have possibly been between him and his congregation. So should the cameras have kept rolling or should they have been turned off? That's my question. Should they be turned off so he can talk to his people and be free? Or should he kept them on so everybody can see? Because he found this way here. Even though this is old, it still found this way here. But see, let's twist it. At what point should cameras stay on when there's a deliverance taking place? Should this camera have been on in this context?
Real demon will not say Jesus Christ is God.
Jesus is not God.
Turn around.
I'm free. I don't understand this. I'm free.
You're free.
Yes.
Who's your Lord and Savior?
Jesus.
Jesus who?
No.
Always test the spirit. A real demon will not say Jesus Christ is God.
Jesus is not God.
How did you get in?
Husband.
Ooh. Is the husband here?
No. Jail.
Oh. She doesn't want you anymore, does she?
No.
That means you're illegal.
Yes.
That means you're in a place that you shouldn't be.
Yes.
I command this spirit spouse that tried to destroy her marriage. Now God says her marriage will be restored. Go ahead and leave her. Leave her. Leave her. Hallelujah.
What in the exorcism of Emily Rose foolishness is this? And I'm going, listen. Remember I talked about when I did that deliverance thing, when I talked about that movie? You remember what I said? If you don't, I'm going to repeat it. Why are these demons so cooperative? And if it's a demon, why are they so patient and nice? Just giving you answers. I'm a demon. I'm here to take her. What is going on? I'm not used to that. I won't believe that this is a real demon till I see some real stuff happening. Trust me. If a demon is really attached itself to somebody and it does not want to leave, it is not going to go without a fight. That's my opinion. I'm thinking this demon about to go hard. She's gonna be like, it's gonna use some words. It's gonna go hard. It's not gonna just disappear. It's gonna go hard. So why is these demons so patient? They're so agreeable. Where do you get these demons from? The Care Bear store? These are the biggest My Little Pony demons I ever seen. What these demons must be like this small, pause. They must not be the real ones, the elites, the ones that's like 10, 12 feet tall. But I'm saying for this one, I'm turning the camera off. I'm turning it off because I don't even think this was a real exorcism. This looked like some foolishness. Sour Patch demons. Shanette says, right. The demon was cooperating because of the past. He felt the past. Look, I mean, I hear you. Like if it say demon leave or whatever, maybe, but it's not gonna go. You asked it questions. So it was an interrogation. That demon would have been like, what's your name? That's my name. I mean, it would have been going off. I just don't think this demon would have been so polite. Where did you get this demon from? Leave it to Beaver. Where's your name? My name is Roger Demon Master. Oh, yeah, I know, Tywin. She did the Harlem Shake. Hey, she did it right, though. She did that Harlem Shake right. That was dope. Bro, I played in a service a few years ago where the pastor was casting out a demon from this lady, and she was straight up. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be off the chain. Them demons don't care about your church service. They don't care about nothing sacred up in there because they're smarter than most of us. They know none of that stuff is sacred. They know the sacred or the sanctity or the sanctification is in you. So it's your power, not in a cup, not in a building, not in an organ, not in bricks and wood and whatever your church is made of. They know where the real power comes from. So why would they care about your decorum? Why would they care about any of that? They will go in there and go off. That's what a demon would do. Disrupt, cause trouble. These are the nicest demons in the world. Did they give you a lollipop when it got cast out? Was it a rainbow in the sky? Foolishness. But you turn that off. All right, here we go. In this instance, do you keep the camera on or off?
Open your mouth. No, open it. Ah. Say ah. Stick your tongue out.
Y'all see, look at his fingers in his mouth. His fingers in his mouth. This is the video y'all wanted me to get to. I've never had this many. Preachers Gone Wild, you guys already send me videos like crazy. But this one, dang near broke the channel. All of y'all sent me this. Jesus, people who've never sent me Preachers Gone Wild videos sent me this one. And as much, and the bad part about it, I know him. He's preached at Powerhouse before. So before I get started, this is not a direct shot at anybody, but if you post it online or it's found or you did it in church and the camera found it, it's going to find its way here. Bishop's been here. Bishop Hudson's been here. It's going to find its way here. It's going to find its way to Preachers Gone Wild. So I know some of you going to be mad, but here's my problem with some of you hypocrites. And I'm going to say this. You never have a problem going at gospel artists. You never have a problem calling them gay and everything else in these little groups that you in. You never have a problem with that. You always got something to say about a gay choir member or a gay director or a gay somebody that you think is gay. I don't know how you know unless you slept with them, but it doesn't matter. You have something to say about that. But then when your pastor does something, now that's hands off. No, Falcon that. You found your way here. You gonna get this work just like everybody else. So if you got a problem with it, you can call my phone. You can inbox me because it was done in church. Now, for context, somebody posted in the group that I'm in with my band. It's a context. Somebody asked, "Can you share the context of the video?" And I'm going to read. What is being pictured in the video is a holy expression of deliverance ministry. I don't know. I think we use the Bible to twist a lot of stuff to try to make the stuff that should not make sense. Some stuff you should not do in the context of church, in my opinion. I know you said, well, Jesus did this, Jesus did that, but none of us are Jesus, number one. Number two, he did it for a reason. Number three, some of the stuff you do is just flat out weird. Why you can't do like this dude just did and just speak it and it happens? What's with all the theatrics? And I'm not just talking about this video, I'm talking about in general. This show is at 114. 114. That means 114 times I've gotten in front of this camera talking about, and it ain't just one video. Y'all watch Preachers Gone Wild, it's usually like a numerous 4 to 5 videos. This show should not exist. So when are we gonna start talking about that? So some of the stuff that we do in church, climbing over pews and all this other stuff, jerking off with pool sticks, that ain't nothing in the Bible about that. But they will find a way to say, oh, this is okay. So I'm not really trying to hear any of that. I'm not really trying to hear any of that. No. You can get up and speak in a way that people can understand. We're not stupid. And that's the problem with some of you. You so dumb in church, you church dumb, because only thing you can understand, you like infants at my school. You like them. You guys, I go in a room and they so easily entertained. I can make jokes and it's so fun to do, but I can make jokes and act goofy and they love it. The children love it. Are you children or are you adults? Because last I checked, you don't need all these theatrics for you to be empowered. You don't need these theatrics. When Jesus did it, he did it for a reason, not to show anybody, not for theatrics, not for none of that. He did it for a reason. Everything he did had a reason to do it. But now we just justify everything that happens and said it was in the Bible. No, it was not. So just stop. What did Daryl say? Yeah, God is not with most of them. Because we've made everything about what we feel, about entertainment. And like I said, you like babies. You need all of this stuff to get you going. That's crazy. That somebody cannot just speak to you and you just grasp what they're saying and you move on. That's another reason why church be so long. Because we spend so much time milking you down with titties. We got Bible titties out here because that's all we got to do. You so stuck on the tit that you cannot grow. We on meat. That's why most of us be off in Wonderland somewhere on our phones. Because I'm not on meat. I am on meat, but I'm not on the breast. I like breast though. Some people like, I'm married. I can talk like this. But that's the reason. But he said, explanation, demonic oppression is a form of sickness. Is demonic oppression a form of sickness? I think some of the stuff we call demons is stuff that we do. There is no demon of high blood pressure. There's no demon of diabetes. There is no demon of most of this stuff. If we do what we need to do, and I'm speaking to everybody, myself included, then these things won't come to us. So self-accountability means a lot. But we call everything demons. But let's continue. It is clear that the man who was receiving ministry in the video was inflicted with the impression of drug condition. How is it clear? From this video, did y'all think he had drugs? Looking at this video, did you think, yeah, pause, I got it. Did you think that this man was on drugs? Did you like sound system demons? That's one of my favorites. Sound system demons. But anyway, Bishop's act to lay hands on the afflicted area was an act of healing. Out of obedience to God, he received this ministry and was freed from addiction. How do we know this? When was this done? Anybody that was there showed me when this was done. Because last I checked, addiction, to be free from addiction, you need a testimony. And that testimony should come like a month later, not the day of. Because they may not have a taste for drugs then. And you can be, yeah, I lost the taste of drugs, right. But it needs to be qualified. Because you cannot, you can have your high from church, then get out on the street and be next to Pookie in New Jack City. No, so there's no way. And so he said his testimony is now because of that he hasn't had the taste for drugs any longer and has been able to bring some sort of stability to his life as a result. This is probably one of the reasons why I say cameras should be off. But I'm still saying cameras should be on, because if this is a real deliverance, then we all should be able to witness it so that we all could testify about it. The things that go on in church, the only time, in my opinion, that the camera should go off is if it's a moment where he's speaking specifically to that body. And that would probably include finances or church issues that's happening there that the world should not be invited to. This is just my opinion. But if it's about deliverance, if it's about, salvation or anything like that, why not have the cameras on? You want the body. See, the problem is we are so separated where you think your church should be shut off from this church. And we're all the same. We're all in the same body. So we should be able to share the goodness of Christ or the goodness of God to everybody so everybody can see, so we can see the miracles that's happening over here at Goodwill, and then we can come home to Free Will Baptist Church and experience what you experienced because you showed us it can be done. And then we share it over to Free Spirit, and Free Spirit is doing what Goodwill and Free Will did, and it's shared all between the body, making the body better. But now because we do so much dumb stuff, that now we got to turn the camera off because we don't want to see what's happening over here. When you got somebody's whole hand in his mouth, there is no reason your hand needs to be in this man's mouth like this. This is super duper pause activity. Super duper pause activity. There is no reason to have your hand in this man's mouth like this. No reason at all. So I don't care what you say, Jesus would have did it. Jesus wouldn't have had his whole 3 fingers in his mouth like it was another crevice. He would not have done that. That is unsanitary. It's nasty. It's disgusting. We don't know where your hands been. And here's the thing. Show me the video of you washing your hands before you put it in his mouth. That's the video I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see the video of you washing your hands. That's what I want to see. Because we know there's some pause moments. Because I'm finna go real deep. I held this video. I've had this video for nearly a year and a half. But I'm gonna be honest. If I was called to the altar and this man told me to have my mouth open and I look up to do this show and I see this video, not this video, this video.
Last Sunday, you think because I put on that surplice that, I don't have issues and struggles? I have it right now. You don't think the devil wakes me up in the middle of the night with penises jumping across my head trying to get me to fall? Y'all don't think that happens to me? It does.
Imagine seeing that video and then turn around and that happens. Yep. Let's play that again.
Last Sunday, you think because I put on that surplice that, I don't have issues and struggles? I have it right now. You don't think the devil wakes me up in the middle of the night with penises jumping across my head trying to get me to fall? Y'all don't think that happens to me? It does.
And that's why you need to keep them off. And and look, I've said everything that I said on this live. I take nothing back. I said what I felt. Now, I don't know you personally. I'm not attacking anybody personally. I'm attacking what you've done in front of a camera, in front of people. Yeah. It's crazy out here, y'all. It really is. And I just think that we need to worry about what we're doing in front of these cameras as opposed to just turning them off. It's easy. Turning them off, that's the easy way out. That's the easy way out. The better solution would be to just watch what we do. Make sure we're giving a better representation. And I know some stuff we do that's spontaneous and sometimes it works. And I get it. And I understand sometimes you may want to do some theatrics, but we shouldn't be led by it because it's going to make its way to the show. It is. So if I'm a man and I go up, me seeing this video, and you come up and tell me to open my mouth, stick my tongue out for you to put your fingers in my mouth, pause. That's not going to happen. It's absolutely not going to happen. And I just think that you better watch it when you do stuff like that because you cannot come from what you posted it. You posted that video. You said that and you brought everybody into your stuff. Now, I'm not judging you or what your thing you struggle with, but me personally, I wouldn't want your hand in my mouth because if you struggle with that, then we could go back to that other dude that had his other issues with the pool stick. We don't know what you're doing. Why are we competing to be so transparent? I don't know. I don't know. I like a level of transparency from them because it does put you on the level and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, this dude is cool. He cool. It's hot in here, y'all. But wow. That was a lot. That was a lot. But in the end, I will say this. I think every church should examine themselves. There are times where you need to turn the camera off. There are. There are times you need to keep the camera on. There are times where you need to make sure that what you have studied and what you're going to present to the people is in a way that you're not just presenting it to the people you're sitting or standing in front of. You're presenting it to the whole body. Everybody who's watching, everybody who may watch it later, everybody who may pick it up on a clip or whatever. Now, as far as clips, yeah, you should always get context. I get it. But we're not always going to get context. So we're not always going to be able to get context. That's a luxury that sometimes we don't have. We're only going to get the clips, and you just need to make sure that the clips make sense, or be ready to defend said clip. Be ready to defend said clip. So, y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I think that was wild. I don't think we should be around putting our hands in people's mouth. I just don't. I think that's a little bit too far. I could be wrong, but in my opinion, that's a little bit too far. I think you don't do that. It's unsanitary. It's kind of nasty. Like I said, we didn't see the video you washing your hands. Back when I was younger, before they served communion or anything like that, put anything in your mouth, you literally saw them washing their hands. They really would wash their hands, and then they would give you your communion. They would never put you in the mouth. Now, I know in Catholic churches, they will put it in your mouth, but they usually are very delicate. They kind of like place it, but they don't pause, super pause. But they don't do that. They don't do the Vulcan throat grab or nothing like that. They don't do that. They don't put their whole hand in your mouth. They don't do that. It's usually at the edge of the bread, and they let you, of course they stick their tongue out because they're not gonna do that pause. But yeah, they usually do that. I would even understand if he did that. This is the new drug that you get. I mean, I don't understand how a communion wafer could do that, but hey, whatever. Man, why? Okay, let me read some more comments. If we don't know, right? Yeah, don't do it again, bro. I'm not, man. Super pause. So if he has a problem with sticking things in his, and I love y'all. Good night. Oh.